Canada announces new measures to strengthen international student integrity. Early this year, there was a lot of hue and cry about 700 international students who were in Canada who were identified as having fake acceptance letters, and those were identified, and then there were deportation orders, and all of that things were happening, right? So there was a lot of media attention to all of that. This is something which I've realized when I came to Canada. Now, when we are in India, for everything, they want an address proof. So you have to show your Aadhaar card, you have to show your passport, you have to show whatever your documentation would be, that they will establish that this is where you live. Then you have to get it self-attested, and you do all those. For everything, you have to provide a documentary proof of your identity, proof of your address, etc., etc. In Canada, for some reason, they're very trusting, they're very believing. So whatever you tell them, they will actually believe you. And for example, if you go for your driving license test, they don't ask you for an address proof. You tell them, this is my address, ABCD, this street, this. They will just type it down, and that becomes your address. And then that document then becomes your address proof if you want to use it. You go to the bank, they're not asking you for your address proof. They're just asking for your ID proof. They just ask you whatever your address is, they will change it, they will add it. Similarly, so when IRCC was receiving study permit applications, they never actually checked if the acceptance letters that you are providing to IRCC was actually genuine. So for example, you file a study permit application, you say, hey, I've got a letter from college ABC or university ABC. This is the proof, this is the document. And IRCC would just believe it, because they were not doing any verification of these documents. And now when I'm saying we, I'm saying collective community, collective society. IRCC was very trusting. They were saying, okay, you're saying that you have this acceptance letter, you have paid the fee, we'll believe you and we'll issue your document, which goes against the understanding that we have, right? That the embassies are so strict, but this is what they were doing. And therefore, they would issue your study permit. And now then they have realized that people are misusing it, abusing it, and creating all those things. So now you have much more stricter practices of verifying and validating documentation. Starting 1st of December, there will be a much more stricter check on the acceptance letters, whereby each university, each college will have to verify to IRCC that they have actually issued the acceptance letter, which a student will provide as part of their application. Secondly, by next September intake, IRCC would have created a framework of recognized institutions, whereby these institutions, colleges and universities, would have proven to the government that they have taken good care of the students, they have housing issues resolved. So if you, for example, then recognize institution, the chances of your study permit approval will be significantly better. That is the understanding that is being given, because these institutions would have been identified as who comply with the law, who comply with the regulations. Their students have a good, decent scoring rate. They are known as ensuring that their students remain in compliance. They are taking care of their housing issues, etc., etc., all those issues. So that is one, these institutions, the recognized institutions, will be taken care of. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you next time. Stay forever hopeful.